So welcome to day 67 of 100 Day NoFap Challenge. Today's episode I want to talk about how to find your passion and stay off of thinking about urges. So we all know when you're doing something, when you're interested in something deeply, that you cannot really think about anything else. So imagine you're doing like a intense activity exercise, you're pushing it up the hill either on a bicycle or running, and you're pushing like all you can. Your heart is pumping, your lungs about to burst, and you're not thinking about much else. Just the focus, just like push, push, push. All your body, all your mental energy is spent on spent on that effort. And that'll be great for people on no fab just to run up the hill all the time. But the matter of fact is that most of the time you're just gonna be in a relaxing state and your thoughts are gonna be all over the place. So how can you not focus on the sexual stuff and going back to kind of surrendering to urges, but rather focusing on something positive, something worth living for. In other words, how can you start following and living your passion, or something that you just think about all the time without any distraction? And what is it that your passion is about, if you don't already know? Many people who are distracted by drugs like porn or other drugs, alcohol and etc., they don't really have a passion. They don't really have anything to live for, like anything to work on every day. It's mainly that they are so bored in life that nothing can bring such satisfaction as watching porn or taking drugs. And it doesn't mean that they would not have passion, they just haven't found it yet. Or maybe they found it before, but with the drugs coming in, it overshadowed their passion. Me, my passion is adventure activities, being in nature, getting that adrenaline in, any adventure activities, hiking in a hills, in a jungle, trekking, the sea activities, so water-based activities, and mountain biking, climbing. But I remember when I used to fab to porn pretty much, and I would still like the activities, like I would still love to get out there and do something, but it was just so hard to start doing something. It was just like incredibly, I didn't have any motivation to start anything. I was just like at home, and watching porn seems to be like a much more exciting idea than to get outside in a jungle or something and explore. I mean, when I was already out there, of course it was nice and interesting, but just to get out there, the thought of getting out there was just like so, like not exciting enough, not stimulating enough. That's why I understand that many people will like kind of forget about their passion, because it's just like the drug is overshadowing it and it's more exciting, and every time they'll have a choice between the drug or the porn and their passion, they'll choose the drug, because the brain, that's what it wants. So I believe that every one of us has that adventure inside of us, and many people say the life is daring, adventure is nothing. So I mean, I know many of you like don't even think about doing like adventure, but if you don't know what your passion is, then I would really start to think about getting out in the wild, on the hiking trails, especially if you're from US or Europe. You have so many options there. It's insane. You can find like a long distance hiking trails, and you can do either mountain biking, you can do hiking, or even trail running. And it's just so awesome to pick up the backpack, and start to walk, pick up big backpack with a tent and do like a more days, you know, a long distance trip. Of course, first it's gonna feel not stimulating enough, you know. I remember back when I got in Thailand and I fell back into porn, and I used to go, you know, like to this amazing coast hiking, and I used to be like almost depressed there, even though it was like the best views, the best spot in the world probably. I used to not be in that mind that I failed, and I just felt like so depressed because I just like relapsed a few days or even that day to porn, and it just felt terrible, you know, and I had to start over. So I just want to spend more days in nature and really get that until you get through that depression state, that inhibition flatline state, you know, where you feel more depressed and sad. Just have to go through it, and then by the time you get to second week or something, you'll start to appreciate the details. You'll start to feel the fresh air more and appreciate the nature as it is. So that's what I want to suggest. And even if nature is not like your main passion, long distance walking by yourself in remote areas or where not many people are will bring you many thoughts, you know, about, of course, first you're gonna have sexual thoughts, but after it's gonna disappear because there is no distraction, there is no porn, there is no, you know, TV, there is no nothing, you know. So you're just gonna think about what you really want to do in life and make more plans, and things in your brain will start to change, and then maybe you'll figure out another passion in your life, like I don't know, music, whatever people are into, you know. Before I used to be, you know, coming home and looking forward to, you know, fapping off to porn, and I'm looking forward to do other activities like, as I said, hiking in nature, exploring new trails is such a passion, you know. Like, of course, hiking the same trails can be boring over time, but exploring new trails, it's so amazing. And also things like acro yoga and just learning new skills, you know, it's so fulfilling. So I hope this helps. Let me know your feedback down below, and I'll see you in the next episode.